When we talk about co-ops, we often talk about building individual cooperative enterprises. But if the idea is you're not just simply building a single cooperative business so that the individual workers there become equity owners and that's good. But if you can build a community or a network of such cooperative enterprises that are committed to developing and helping each other and recycling some of their resources, you're creating the basis for having some independent economic development. At some point, you're going to need a vibrant economy in the city of Detroit in order to sort of invest in the kind of things we need going forward. And so far, the effort at economic development in Detroit has been focusing on Midtown and downtown and totally ignoring the neighborhoods. And in some ways, people have ignored the co-op strategy, but our experience is that people are beginning to look around at the neighborhoods and figure out what can be done and how can we do it, and they really don't have any answers. And so the co-op idea is becoming at least part of the conversation. I'm not saying people are in the powers that be are loving it or think it's terrific, but it's becoming part of the conversation. And more institutions are looking at it and saying, well, maybe this has a chance, maybe this will work, we don't know. But here you have people who are actually implementing those strategies.
We are working on a consumer grocery store co-op that will be opening next year, late next year. We don't have an exact date. My participation is as community engagement and outreach. And so we've been doing a series of conversations with community. We're looking at a complex that encompasses a full-scale grocery store, office space, space for movement, workshops, a commercial kitchen that's dedicated to being a teaching and shared commercial kitchen so that we can incubate local food businesses, and we are dedicated to hyper-local sourcing of everything that will be sold in the store.
We're working on an assisted living group home, and we plan on doing that in the Ypsilanti area. And we're looking for funding right now. The assisted living group home will be a multi-stakeholder cooperative when we find the funding. And that means the workers will be represented on a board of directors along with the clients. And we hope to find community supporters to also serve on the board of directors.
The number 2 industry in Michigan is agriculture. Not only that, Michigan is number 2 in the country for diverse agriculture. The only state that have more products, various products, than Michigan is California. What we've done is put together an ideal plan to get our farmers' food from their farms into an aggregation center, so to speak, in the rural area, then be able to transport it to the city, either directly to markets or to a processing center that we want to develop here in the city of Detroit. And then from there, it can go from restaurants or wherever we need to go. And the whole idea behind this thing is to provide opportunities, whether it's do jobs or actual entrepreneur. And I'm a guy, I'm one of those people, I want to give somebody autonomy. If you know how to do something, you have experience to do it, we want to make you part of the team. But the same thing we're saying, you have to have the same objective, have the same idea that we have. I mean, you got to understand that we're trying to do this to help improve the community.
I'm very interested in everybody that's sitting up there and what's already been done, because I think there's a way to intersect the whole education process, both urban, suburban, and rural, around this whole concept of how do you in fact operate cooperatively, because I don't even think that many young people even understand what you're talking about when you talk about cooperation. For those of us who've grown up in households where people have worked together, in neighborhoods where people have worked together to make things work or to survive from over crises and periods of crisis, I just think that this generation has no models for that, and I would like to see this group provide maybe that framework of how to work cooperatively.
I think the whole idea of cooperatives, I think it's going to go well, but I think everybody's waiting to see an actual system work. You know, I mean, people believe in what they see. So if some kind of way we can put something out there where they can actually see a network, particularly a network of African Americans that are working together, I think that's going to have a big impact. You know, and way things are going in the city and the way that things are going economically in the right direction. I think right now is the time for us to really make it try to happen.